Hi, I'm Peter Michael, and I'm joined by my wife, Jackie. And we welcome you all to our Brunch-N-Munch fundraiser, celebrating and supporting the Onondaga Earth Corps. For over 6 years, we've been holding our brunch in our home. This year, we're holding our brunch in your home, and we thank you all for joining us. In the past, it's been very special to have our guests mingle and get to know each other better, while at the same time enjoying some great food, including sometimes it would be quiche and crepes and mimosas. This year, it's special in a different sort of way in that we're having a much wider community participate in our celebration. So this year we have people from as far away as Munich, Germany, from California, Utah, and Texas, in addition to our friends in central New York. So today we're situated in Jackie's office on the lower level of our home. And in the past, it's been Greg and some of the crew members who were down here practicing their talks that would be later presented in our living room at the later part of the event.
Yeah, and besides that, we're celebrating Earth Day, even though it's a couple of days after Earth Day. And you know, the truth is that for Onondaga Earth Corps, every day is Earth Day. And I'm hoping it'll be Earth Day for every one of us every day. The other thing that's every day at Onondaga Earth Corps is that it's a melting pot. There are people of every different background, some from different countries, different life experiences. And that's part of what it makes it so unique and so special. So your contributions today, the donations you make a huge difference in creating something that is really quite special. I call it a gem. And we want to thank you for your donations. And if you haven't donated and want to, you can go to the website and make a donation. Also, if you want to put a note in the chat, if you need more information, one of us will be back in touch with you in the next few days. Now, today our intention is that we all have fun. That's one of the unique things I've discovered about Earth Corps. It's fun, and the youth, in addition to that, work really, really hard. And so our purpose is to have this be fun, but also to inform you, to give you some insight on the kind of difference that Earth Corps makes to the youth, to the community, and to the environment. So to get started today, we're going to introduce the 2009 video when the imagination of the young people at Earth Corps was in full swing, and they created the superhero, the OEC Man, to educate the community. And we want you to get a flavor of what it was like in 2009. And then later we'll introduce the 2021 OEC Man. Okay, so with that, let's see the video.
Hey, what are you doing?
Trying to save the rain. What does it look like?
That's not how you do it, silly. Let me show you how. Follow me. See this? This right here? This is a rain garden. It's one way how you save rain.
How does it save the rain? It looks like the rain gets away rather than save. There's nothing to catch it.
A rain garden is a garden shaped like a shallow bowl. It is designed to capture and absorb rainfall and snowmelt, also referred to as stormwater runoff. When stormwater runs off impervious surfaces, such as parking lots, roofs, compact soils, and roads, it builds up and carries with its pollutants and delivers them to a nearby lake or river, either directly or via a stormwater drain. Stormwater pollutants typically include sediment, nutrients, bacteria from animal waste and oil, grease, and heavy metals from cars.
I'm not boring you, am I?
No, carry on.
Basically, if we all work together to create landscape features that absorb the stormwater before it becomes a problem, we can restore and preserve the waterways that have the potential to make Syracuse beautiful.
I guess I don't need my cup anymore.
This is like a job for OEC Man. Hey young man, that's not a trash can.
Who are you?
I'm Mr. OEC Man, here to make sure you're doing the right thing and not throw that trash into that rain barrel.
Rain barrel?
Yes, rain barrel, help save the rain.
Save the rain? Are you serious? Why do I always get to run into weirdos like this?
Do you know anything about saving rain?
No, but I have a pretty good idea you're gonna tell me.
Right you on, I bet you don't like it. A rain barrel is a water tank used to collect and store rainwater, typically from rooftops and via rain gutters. The use of rain barrels reduces the amount of rain water from roofs that runs off the lawns and into sewer systems. Because combined sewers in Syracuse can overflow during wet weathers, the use of rain barrels can help reduce the amount of pollutants going into Onondaga Creek and other local waterways.
Wow, you were right, Mr. OEC Man. I don't know how I ever thought this was a trash can.
See, just listen to me and everything will go smooth. Hey, this is Mr. OEC Man. Greetings, citizens.
Thanks for showing us how to save the rain.
No problem, my gold green fellows. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, so wasn't that great fun? The imagination of the young people is just really inspiring. So now what I want to do is introduce our 2021 superhero board member, OEC Man, Jeff. Welcome aboard, Jeff.
Thanks, Jackie and Peter. Good morning. OEC Man here. Normally I'm out saving the planet, educating the public, and encouraging everyone to be a hero. But today I'm taking on a new form of OEC Man, the business casual host. So we'll be jumping into some brunches and talking with staff, crew, and board members. First up, we have Greg Michel, the executive director.
All right. Good morning, all. Greg Michel here, Executive Director with Onondaga Earth Corps. We are at Christine Sauve's home. She is treasurer on the board of directors. We've got a bunch of folks here. We also have Garrett Boland, who's a new crew leader, and Eli McDonald, the founder of our program. We've pulled out all the stops to have a delicious meal, and a couple other folks are eating and aren't in the room right now. So excited to be here and to hear from crew and staff throughout the event.
Awesome. Looks like a solid spread over there. Greg, do you mind talking about the background of OEC a bit?
So it all started with this gentleman here, Mr. McDonald. Eli, you wanna tell us why you started?
Well, see if we can see it. Well, the main thing was to put the youth through a job training and have them work for the summer and pay them and help with the community, like with the people in the community, the elderly people, the people that have homes and stuff that wasn't able to do landscaping and stuff around their house. But Gifford Foundation gave us some funds to put them to work for 8 weeks, and now it's been 16 years, and that's me.
Thank you, Eli. So Eli really got this program going and focused on community revitalization, improvement, with young people from those neighborhoods, from the community. So we've adopted a Conservation Corps model since then. And like Eli said, been going for 16 years, really with focusing on empowering young people through environmental work. Back to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate the insight. So next up here, we have Christine, who Greg mentioned, the board treasurer. Christine, what food do you have over there?
Well, we made a couple of recipes from the OEC recipe book that's up on our website. We made the veggie loaded quiche, and we made the quiche Lorraine. And then we got some home fries and baked ham and some salads in the other room as well.
Awesome. Sounds delicious.
Come and say hello, because we didn't get to say hello to you yet.
I'm Montreal Simmons with Onondaga Earth Corps. I'm a crew leader. I'm saying it's my first season, and I'm just happy to be here.
And Garrett's with us too.
Hey.
Great. It's good to have you all on with us. So, OEC does a lot of things having to do with, environmental and community impact. But another important part about OEC is the personal development and personal growth. This next portion, we're going to discuss personal development. And I believe we have Jess here from her home.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, Jess, how's it going?
It's good.
Good, thanks. How are you, OEC Man?
Doing well. Could you talk a bit about the personal development program and your involvement with OEC?
Absolutely, I'd be happy to. So I just completed my first full year at OEC, so yay! And I am the personal development team leader. So I'm in charge of creating personal development content that we bring to our crew members, our YA crew members, every Friday morning between 9 a.m. and noon. And that content basically covers a variety of different things, but mostly pertaining to general life skills, things that a lot of young adults don't get access to, a lot of information young adults don't typically get access to because, maybe parents might be a little embarrassed to talk about finances, or maybe it's not really available in school to talk about. But we try to talk about things like, how to open up a bank account. If you're looking to get your driver's license, what's the step work for that? What goes into maintaining a healthy, balanced diet, and why is it important to be, aware of your mental health and things like that. And overall, it's really just to help the young adults feel more centered and grounded for when they go out into the world and, pursue those big life goals. And to that end, we also provide mentorship as well. So we do one-on-one mentoring with each crew member to help them identify their what's called an individualized development plan. So the mentor works one-on-one with the mentee to identify, if they have personal, professional, or educational goals, and how to structure that out while they're at OEC, and then set those smaller goals so that they can leave OEC feeling accomplished and like they know how to go about pursuing their own wants and dreams.
Awesome. Thanks, Jess. That sounds really great. Appreciate having you here, and appreciate the work that you do. So coming up, we have a few videos from staff and crew about personal development.
I mean, I like I mentioned before, I like that it gives me the opportunity to get to know my peers and my supervisors and stuff. It gives me an opportunity to talk to someone other than my family about my goals. And, I like having different support system other than my family, other than the people who I expect to be there. So
That's awesome.
love it. I was hoping that since I missed out on a little, you know, trips that we be taking. I used to take before, bike ride or anything. I was hoping we could do more stuff like that now that I'm around, because you know I'm adventurous. I liked the tree climbing, but I was a little scared, you know. I would like to try that again. I learned that I would never have no horses because it was so much, oh my gosh, so much poop everywhere. I cannot own a farm or anything like that. I didn't think about that yet. We just started the season, so I'm gonna have to get back at that question probably about in the middle of June. Oh, well, now I'm gonna be on time more and show, you know, if people feel like, okay, if they're gonna be late, if I could be on time, they could be on time. I'm gonna just say that because I am a late person, just like today. Attendance is important. That's it right there.
That's good advice.
Because that's the only advice I need, honestly. Because everything I done, I ain't really scared of bugs like that, but you know, I be having my times. But yeah.
Thank you, Lady J. Work for OEC.
The Friday personal development meetings are basically something that helped us or helps everyone better themselves and understand how to go about things and move forward and address any problems or any other things that need to be going on during that week or the following week. Oh, a lot of things. I mean, they actually take time and sit down to listen. We sit down and address the problems in the room and see what things they have to do or to access to continue the job and keep working. And I haven't really seen any other jobs have something like that, kind of like a guidance counselor thing going on there. And I have not seen any other job have that type of requirements, so yeah.
Okay, so for personal development, with that, for me, it lets me not only talk about my personal goals and professional goals and figure it out, but also being able to get some other information from other people, because sometimes you don't know all the steps, you could be missing a few steps, or you could be trying to start from somewhere that you don't need to, you could start somewhere else. So I feel like it's a good exchange of information, as well as it's helpful, not hurting you. And also I just like that we get to also learn during the process as well. We don't only learn about, you know, maybe financial or stuff that help us in life, which is also good because they don't teach us that in school. But we also learn about ourselves as well. And I feel like sometimes you could feel like you know yourself, but there's other things that you're just not aware of. And I feel like personal development also helps you with your self-awareness, to know what things you actually should work on and what things you shouldn't work on. It could pull up things that you didn't think were a problem that actually are a problem. And yeah, they just try to help you out through life at the moment where they get you, if that makes sense. So I want to build onto my goals from last year, but I also do want to explore and discover some more about myself. Because one thing that has changed from my goals from last year is going to be more so my career goal, which also goes into my education goal. I was really focused on healthcare, but now I want to explore more options elsewhere. Maybe even environmental and branching off. Thanks to OEC, that did help. OEC did make me appreciate nature more and realize the beauty and environment and how we really need to get people out here and how it actually does help and affect the community. But on top of that, I have my same goals, but I kind of want to make them more realistic. I would want people to remember their worth and know they're worth something, and always accept themselves. And I will also want people to know that knowledge is power, and that knowledge is also always ongoing. You can always learn something.
All right. Well, in this next section, I have co-hosting with me, Tay. How's it going, Tay?
Going well. Good morning, everyone.
Tay, could you talk a little bit about your involvement with OEC?
Yes, so I've been with the program for about 5 years now. I actually started off as a youth crew member back in 2016. And I've also graduated through the young adult program and have worked my way up now to being a crew leader here at OEC. I do oversee the advanced young adult tier that we have. And this season, I'll actually be working with the youth crew.
Awesome, awesome. So in this next portion, we're going to be talking a bit about community impact and environmental impact. Tay, I got a couple questions for you.
Okay.
What does community mean to you personally?
So community to me is beyond the district or the typical city zones that we have. I feel like community can also be just a small group of people, like here at OEC. Everyone on here is a sense of community. So sense of unity and coming together and just, fighting for the same purpose.
Awesome, awesome. So when you talk about creating positive change in community, how is that related to Earth Corps?
Yes, so if you guys don't know, a lot of the actual field work that we do is tree planting as well as green infrastructure work, which is maintaining about 20 sites or over 20 sites within the city of Syracuse. And we've worked on restoration projects on the outskirts of Syracuse. And then the community engagement is a big component in what we do. And so our youth and young adults do door-to-door outreach, as well as participate in any of our partners' events and just giving, that educational component on how to better, their environment and their community.
Awesome, awesome. So I think we also have Terrence here. Terrence, how's it going?
It's going good.
So I got a couple questions for you. But first, can you talk about your involvement with OEC?
Yeah, so I started working with Onondaga Earth Corps in summer of 2018 as a youth crew member. And when I turned 18 or 19, I became a young adult member, and now I'm still working with the young adult crew.
Nice, nice. So the first question I have for you, what are initiatives you've taken and are taking to impact the environment?
Well, one of my long-term goals is to further my education in becoming an environmental engineer. But short-term things that I've been working with OEC with is planting trees, picking up trash, simple things like that, recycling, teaching people about it and the importance and significance of being active in the community in order to help the environment.
Awesome. And one more question for you. How do you feel that's made a difference in your community?
Well, I feel like Earth Corps specifically is helping to take certain people around my age group and really give them the knowledge to know that the environment is a very integral part in our lives and our livelihoods, and it shouldn't be taken lightly.
Awesome. Thank you, Terrence. Appreciate you joining us.
Likewise.
So heading back over to Christine's. Who do we have over there?
Oh, hey, OEC Man. We have Montreal and Garrett and Eli are here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, how's it going on, Montreal?
My name Garrett. Hello. Come and say hello.
So just gonna ask you guys a couple of the similar questions. Montreal, what does community mean to you personally?
To me personally, I got close. Personally, community, I want to say brotherhood. When I think about community, I think about brotherhood because even though we're not related, we still a type of a family that got to take care of each other to build each other up. So that's what I think about when I hear the words community.
Awesome. Then going off that, when talking about, community, how do you feel like that relates to Earth Corps and, initiatives you're taking?
As far as Earth Corps, we give back to the community with the work that we do. And I see it every day I go to work. Every time I see a youth crew member learn something new that they can pass on to somebody that don't even work with us or for us is a good thing.
Awesome, thank you. And Garrett, talking more about environmental impact, what are initiatives you're taking to impact the environment?
Personally, or with Earth Corps?
With Earth Corps.
Yeah, so, generally we're out there, we're picking up like everything that we do, I feel is generally centered around making the environment better, whether we're just picking up litter around our campus, Reds, or whether we're planting trees, especially talking to people about what we're doing. I think that's really important to get the word out.
Awesome. Hey, well, thank you both for being with us. Appreciate the time.
Thank you, man.
All right, so I think that wraps up most of our portion over here, but passing it over to Peter and Jackie Michael.
Okay, there we go. Hi again, everybody. We hope that you've gotten a sense that Onondaga Earth Corps is not only about caring for and teaching about the environment to all of the youth that participate, but also to the broader community. And I think the thing that's really interesting to me about the total program is the holistic approach. So it's not just about planting trees. It's not just about improving the parks, weeding the community spaces, the green spaces in the city, but it's about developing, empowering young people and empowering them to move forward in their lives and bring what they have learned out into the world and out into the world that they step into. It's also true that the staff members that have moved on have taken with them the wonderful sense of community, brotherhood, teamwork, and carried it into places like Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, all over. So to me, it's really exciting, and to Peter too. So I want to thank everybody for taking the time to be with us today, get a little sense of what Earth Corps does beyond just planting trees. That's critically important, but it's so much more that Earth Corps is about. And thanks for your contributions. Thanks to all the volunteers who help us in so many different ways. And for those who have helped us create today's Zoom call for you. And I also want to give out a shout out to our local vendors who've contributed the gifts of coffee and local maple syrup. And for all of you, whether you're locally here in Central New York or around the country, I just want you to know that I think New York maple syrup is the best authentic maple syrup. So I wanted to pass that on. So we want to thank Freedom of Espresso with his co-sponsor, with the business's co-sponsor, Peter Worth of Climate Change Awareness and Action, Salt City Syrup with Brad Fierke, and Be Unique Gift Shop in Armory Square in Syracuse with the co-sponsor Ann Kornbluth. And please remember, everybody on the call, for all of us, every day is Earth Day, and every day at Onondaga Earth Corps is Earth Day. So keep that in mind, continue to make a difference, do things like recycle, avoid single-use plastic, reduce food waste, walk more, drive less, go for less stuff and more fun. And with that, we'll bring our Zoom call to a close. Thanks again, everybody. And hope you'll check our website. If people want to donate further, you can go to the website. And as I said earlier, put a note in the chat. And we just love that you're all with us and supporting us. So thank you.
So I'd like to open the floor up. If we are a little ahead of schedule, and I know we had some folks who were really interested in asking some questions. So if you have some direct questions for Terrence or Tay or any of our staff, because we're using the Zoom platform, it's a little tricky to turn mics on, but if you have questions, let's get them teed up in the chat, and we can have folks respond directly to all the good folks that are out there listening. I see Yowani, who's back from LA in Syracuse, and Stephanie and Robin and Texas, and Patty Weiss out in Camillus. If you have
we can have people talk if you want. Just need to raise their hand.
Okay, so if I think Peter Keese, you may have had a question. I see one question from Joanne Cucci. How many do we employ? So it varies by season and by our workflow. We currently have 7 young adults and 2 AmeriCorps, or 1 AmeriCorps that's starting tomorrow. As we get into the summer, last summer we had about 50 in total, including our young adults and 40 youth. And then also in the fall, the number of youth goes back down. We had about 12 young adults in the fall. So it's really dependent on the amount of work that we have to provide employment.
Peter Keese, if you are available, I think I was able to turn your mic off or on.
Hi, Greg. How many projects do you have scheduled for this summer?
So this spring, our main two projects are focused, one on the Onondaga County Save the Rain project. You guys saw the How to Save the Rain video. We're doing maintenance on a lot of those green infrastructure installations, the rain gardens, throughout the city of Syracuse. There are about 20 of those that we do routine maintenance on. And then we're involved with the really exciting project along Onondaga Creek. There's a new section of the creek walk that goes from Kirk Park to the downtown area of Syracuse. And we are removing invasive plants all along there and putting in native species and controlling invasive so that people have good views of the water, but also there's a good ecosystem for birds and butterflies and habitat.
We have a question in the chat from Aggie, and then I think we can take the next question from Peter Worth. The question from Aggie was, are there plans to get a carve out on the I-81 project?
I-81, okay. Thanks, Aggie. We have been in conversations with some of the powers that be around I-81 and have made them aware that conservation corps have a unique role to play in transportation projects like we did along the creek walk in Syracuse. As of right now, we don't have any specific carve out, so to speak, for the I-81 project, but people are aware that we're doing this work. And if you, as we get more into the construction phase, we'll need to be working with the primary contractors to get built into some of that for the landscaping work.
Peter Worth, do you want to ask your question? And then afterwards, Patty.
Okay, thank you. Can people hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I am sitting in Freedom of Expresso, my office away from home. My question, Greg, is this morning I read the Post Standard and found out that a music venue outside of Casanova is closing permanently. The carrying costs from COVID just became too great. So how has COVID affected OEC, if at all? And along with that, has COVID also taught you some lessons? Like right now we have people on from, I think, Germany, which pre-COVID we would not be doing this. So are there any pluses to this last year that we've been forced to go through?
Peter, I'm going to ask Tay if he would share a little bit about kind of our daily operations from last year, and then I can talk about the other stuff.
Thank you.
So for all of us, I think COVID was quite the twister. So a lot of things, at least in the beginning, had to be done virtually. But once we got into the field, we set up a lot of logistics, you know, as far as like barriers in our vehicles and making sure that everyone understood proper distancing and things of that nature. You know, I'm pretty sure you guys can only imagine how difficult it can be to try to think about planting a tree and social distancing at the same time, but we made it work nonetheless. And yeah, I would say that we were still able to chug and keep going, you know. And so while everything wasn't perfect, you know, for us to have, I believe that last summer we brought on close to 50 youth members in our summer. I mean, like, I think that was our biggest youth employment summer ever in the midst of a pandemic, you know. And so for us to still even be here now, I would say that we survived.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Peter, the big picture, like we were able to get PPP funds and we did not have to lay anybody off, which was very good. And the whole staff and crew members and board kind of were really adaptive and made it work. You know, it was challenging, I think, but we made it through last year financially okay. And this year we're off to a little bit of a slow start, but I see another question from, I think it was from Robin Harrison about the Biden administration. The Biden administration is very invested in supporting Conservation Corps work. And that money is going to be coming through the federal programs like AmeriCorps and some environmental programs. So we're kind of trying to figure out how we fit into that as we speak. So there's potentially some good news down the road for not only for Onondaga Earth Corps, but for other Conservation Corps programs like ours.
Thanks, Greg. Can we take the next question from Patty?
Sure. Can people hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was thrilled to see the Land Trust crews working with the Finger Lakes Land Trust on a new Atisco property acquisition. And I think that kind of thing is a win-win for Earth Corps and the people that they contract with. And I'm just curious, how do organizations find out how to use Earth Corps for restoration type projects, and how you go about doing that?
So anybody that's interested can just give our office a call. We're always eager and adaptable on different types of projects. We do try to do work that is public benefit and has an educational element because we're not in this as a private contractor, but you know, each case we address the projects and try to help with the environmental and community goals and our educational goals. So it's conversations and questions like this, Patty, that usually lead to new projects. So you know, just give us a call or shoot us an email, and we're pretty quick to respond.
Great, thank you, and good work.
Thank you.
I don't see any other hands up, but there was other question in the chat that I saw. What kind of work do you do outside of the city of Syracuse, and do you work with other businesses?
Montreal says that's easy. It's the watershed. So we will travel for work as long as it makes sense financially. We do a lot of work out of the city of Syracuse in the Onondaga Lake watershed. We have sent crews as far as the Hudson Valley to do some historic preservation work. As long as it's kind of aligns with our mission, it's financially feasible, we will travel. A lot of the work we're doing more recently that's broader than the city is tied to watershed protection. Did I answer everything, Yvonne?
There was one more question from Joanne that asks, what can assist our work, such as possibly, you know, trucks or help with other projects? Like what could help?
So we just got a new truck. It's our, you know, we have infrastructure needs that aren't always covered by the project work or the grants that we have. So we kind of have an ongoing fund a truck ask for folks. We have 5 vehicles now. We're about to get rid of our 1999 F-350. that gives you a sense of the age of some of our fleet. So there's, you know, support with infrastructure. We've had people donate vehicles. To the question before about working with other contractors, we have a contract partner who lends us materials sometimes. We have a number of landscape or environmental engineer firms that also partner on training with us. And we also have some contractors who are subcontractors to us, either providing technical expertise or part of the project work that we actually propose. So we're always collaborating and trying to build pathways to the private sector for our crew members.
A couple more questions here. One in the Q&A, which is, are there going to be more Zoom fundraisers events this year or environmental education events coming up?
Right, so I can answer the fundraiser. We'll have our annual Onondaga Earth Corps fundraiser in early November. And we have a bottle drive program now. It's called Bottle Bonanza. So we have 4 per year. We've just done 2. We'll have another one on June 19th. And right around Halloween, we call it Trick or Trees. We encourage people to have bottle drives in their neighborhoods for us. And we're open to creating new events.
Question about the bottles, Greg, because I know you guys, there was one just yesterday, right? How did that go?
I wasn't there for the final count. Peter, do you want to, can we turn Peter Keese's mic on?
Yeah, he should be able to speak.
Hi, everybody. Yesterday, we, for the first time this year, we ran into local competition amongst those people collecting bottles and cans. And so we suffered a little bit. Our final count was 2,108 returnable containers, which aren't going to the landfill or the trash. And so we raised about $126, which is about 20% of what we did on our first drive, where we were able to collect 10,000 cans and bottles. So we're looking forward to the next one on June 19th, and we may advertise a little earlier this time. Thank you.
Anyone, so there's kind of, you can set up your own collection in your own neighborhood, or just when you recycle your cans and bottles, there are 4 centers throughout Syracuse right now where you can just take them and tell them to donate to Onondaga Earth Corps. So for folks on the call that want to do that, they can, and are also looking for corporate folks who want to do it, or also some matching donors. So Peter collected, you know, 2,500 and got $100. We have some people that are willing actually to match those amounts that are brought in. So it's a growing opportunity. And to go back quickly to the question about community events, we've started doing some small scale events, but kind of very limited and targeted on the neighborhoods that we're trying to reach. So we've done some on the Creek Walk, and there are likely to be some small events. So if you really are excited to get out, I would suggest to contact the office. And it's probably more likely that we would invite you or a couple of people to go do a small project with us at this point, but we can keep you in mind for some of the events we're going to be doing this year.
And I think we should take let's see, maybe another couple questions here. Yoani has a question. He's got his hand raised.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Hello, everybody. What a beautiful day for your event, and I really enjoyed the presentations. Thank you. My question, I'll take the attention off the crew a little bit. I have a question for the maybe the OEC man can answer. Can you, as a board member, I'm sorry I haven't met you yet, but I want to ask the OEC man, how long have you been a board member? and what really draws you into OEC, and what do you see the future is for OEC from a board member's perspective?
Yeah, great question. So I joined the board last year, so I've been on the board for about a year now. And I got hooked up with Greg, and you know, it was just a great opportunity to get involved. I mean, you know, all the things we learned about today are the reasons I really got on board. You know, it's just it's a great community, brings a lot of people together, and you know, it's just great work that we're doing. And as far as kind of seeing the future of it, it's just continuing to grow and continue to build that impact is you know, what I see happening.
Thank you. Yes, it's really exciting to see some young folks interested in helping out. Really appreciate your service. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's all the question I have for now.
Thanks, Yoani. Any other last questions? So earlier we showed some videos of some of the crew members of personal development. There's actually 2 other videos if people are interested in hanging around. We're gonna play the rolling end credits here. If you saw in the chat, you know, we put in the Brunch Fundraiser webpage. Please go give that a visit to get the recipe book on there. As Christine has shown, she made some recipes from that for the crew that's over at her house right now. So go ahead, go over there, download the recipe book, try to make some of your own meals from that. You know, if you have questions, the email and phone number are also in the chat as well. But you can find it on our website and give me a call. I am the mystery Onondaga Earth Corps blocks right now. But yeah, we're gonna play the end credits, and then we have a couple more videos at the end if you guys want to hang out. But other than that, this is pretty much it. Anything else, OEC Man or Jackie or Peter?
This is Jackie again. I would just like to say, if anyone wants to volunteer or has friends who want to volunteer, we have lots of opportunities, and currently we're having an orientation every month to inform people about OEC, but also the opportunities to volunteer. So I would just like to give a shout out to that at the last minute. Thank you.
Also, I wanted to, Zell had asked if there's any other fundraisers coming up, and there will be one in November, definitely. So you can look forward to that.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks again.
Doesn't